Good afternoon, Ibu Christine. Today I would like to present my research finding. The title is An Investigation on Family Language Policy, or FLP, from parents' point of view. So in brief, there will be several findings regarding with the strategies and also the perspective of the parents related with the maintaining the second language or the heritage language for the kids in their homes. Let me start with the outline. There will be introduction, literature review, methodology, and findings and discussion, and also the conclusion in my slides. In literature review, there will be some definitions regarding with family language policy and also several previous studies on parents' perspective from their scholars on FLP. Next, let me start with the background of the study. These are several reasons why I am interested with FLP. First, because 43% of people in the world are bilingual or multilingual speakers, and two, from 3 children grow up in multilingual context. This is from UNESCO 2019. There is also from SwiftKey. This is a survey site from 2015. It states that Indonesia takes first rank as the trilingual countries with 70% of Indonesian can speak Indonesian, Japanese, and English. It takes also 50% of Indonesians are bilingual. However, because the children needs to uh, needs to live with several contexts of language. One of them is minority language. Several of them living in with minority language communities. It is found from Brown 2012 that children may have somewhat like anxiety to choose what kind of language they have to use, especially including in the community with having the grandparents. So that is why there will be several children which have the confusion on what language they have to use. That is why, from this background study, I would like to conduct a study that that have the objectives. One of them are to investigate the strategies applied by the parents to maintain the heritage or a second language to their children. And also, I would like to see the perspective of the parents in maintaining the language in their homes. I provide one research question, that is what FLP practices and strategies of bilingual parents in maintaining a heritage language or the second language they acquired and learned in their family. Now let's really move on. Let me, before I am going further to the literature review and the findings, let me limit my study. The first one is because I have a very short time to collect the data and to analyze the data. So that is why I limit my participant into 20 participants, 20 respondents. The next one is because even though this study focus on both heritage language and the second language, but I don't want to focus on which language are dominant. I just want to focus on the what kind of policy, what kind of arrangement that the parents do to maintain the language to their children, and what are the reason for under it. Now let me go to the literature review. That is the definitions of family language and also several characteristics of it. It starts with Logan Terry 2008, that the family language is a set of planning of language and literacy practices in home and between family members. There is also one definition, additional definition from Pillar 2001. Parents have the belief that the more bilingual the children are, the better their children will be in the society. So it is believed that children will be better in the society if they are bilingual than if they are monolingual. Spolsky 2014 also provides three characteristics of language policy. The first one is language practices or language strategies. The second one is language beliefs or ideology. And the third one is language management. And then for Spolsky also conduct a study about which characteristic that the parents really focus when they are doing the FLP, and it turns out that language beliefs will be the main focus in working the FLP. Next is the parent strategies maintaining the language. That I found several strategies in FLP from the parents. The first one is the grandparents as the role model. This is from Garrett Bakudeno and Bakudeno Lopez 2002. And there is also minority language only from Kurt Christiansen, 2013. One Parent, One Language from Walker, 2011. And also accessing language education far before they start migration. This is from higher socioeconomic plans to maintaining children's heritage language from Kin and Vogel, 2006. And this is some previous studies regarding with parents' perspective. The first one is the reason why parents expect the second language. Expect the children to have more than one languages because they think that being bilingual is more advantageous than monolingual ones based on their experiences as the bilingual speakers. This is from Dorner, 2010. And also we have some from Pillar, 2001. He believes that FLP starts with the parents' belief that bilingual children are considered as a gift that not all children can have. So it is somewhat like a gift for the parents if they have a bilingual children. Let me go with the methodology. I have 20 Indonesian participants. They are Indonesian. They are living in Indonesia from various places, and most of them have around 2 to 3 children. They are commonly exposed to 2 languages, Indonesian and local language or foreign language. And because I don't want to focus on which language are dominant, so I have various kinds of parents. Some of the parents are having L1 in Indonesia and L2 in the foreign language, but some of them also have local language as the L1 or a local language as their L2. And then let me explain the data collection procedure, the way I collect the procedure. First one is I invite the participant to fill out the questionnaire. After I review the questionnaire, I also invite the 3 participants that I think it will be interesting, or it will be make the informations about the findings deeper. And then after I have interviewed all the participants, I transcribe the interview records so that I can move on to the data analysis procedure. The way I analyze the data is first I count the Likert scales from the questionnaire, and then after that I change it into percentage. I also analyze the other results from the questionnaire. Most of them are in percentages. And then after I have found the numbers of the Likert scales and also other informations in percentages, I categorize them. I categorize the result based on the language strategies and also the perspective from the parents. And after I categorize them, I correspond all the results to the literature review as part of the discussion. Now, before I move to the findings that I got, these are the general results. The first one is 85% of my participants are female. 65 of them have more than 1 children. The age group, 65% is on between 20 to 35 years old. It means they are still in the young adults. And then the rest of them are the adults from 45 to 55 years old. The coverage age of the kids is between 2 to 27 years old, so it is very various. 65 of them are participants. 65 of the participants live independently with only spouse and kids. And then 85 of them have academic degree. They have a bachelor degree. 75% of them have Bahasa Indonesia as L1, and 25% of them have local language as their L1. Now let me go to the parents' strategies on maintaining heritage language or second language. It turns out that 89% of the parents teach the children both heritage language or second language by themselves. And then from the result, I also found that most of them are teaching the second language, the foreign language, rather than the heritage language. 75% of parents provide book and other readings to help their children learn heritage or second language. However, only nearly half of them choose electronic media as the language learning media. Okay, I didn't ask them why they choose why they don't want to choose such as mobile phone or a TV program. Uh, but what is it? I asked them via WhatsApp, and they say that it is not really alternative for the children because most of the children is still in the young age, 2 to 5 years old. So it is not really good for them to use a TV program as the teaching the second language. It is better to have the printed media. And then 65 of them, what is it? Do not really what is it? Only half of them trust the trust the instructor, language instructor, language instructor, and language schools. Now let me go to the what I found from the interview. So it turns out that to maintain the heritage language, the parents choose local songs. It can be Javanese songs, and then actually some of the participants kids also like it. Like you see from for local language, we introduce by the local songs to our kids. My daughter is so into Japanese songs since her grandmother introduces her to a lot of Japanese songs. So grandmother, grannies also take an important role to introduce the heritage language to their kids. And then the last one, there is no language agreement. Foreign language is learned when we read stories together. So actually, I found that even though even though they want their children to be bilingual, either second language or heritage language, but they don't want to force the children, their kids, to really master it. They just want to introduce. And then what happened next? It is just based on the children only. Let me move on to the parents' perspective on maintaining the heritage or second language. It turns out that 89% of parents are happy. They want their children to be bilingual. But then 83% of them want their children to maintain the heritage language as well. So, and then the next 85% of parents use Bahasa Indonesia, so they don't want to force the children to use second language or heritage language when they are talking together in their homes. So it is not, it is not a must for the children to master to be fluent in second language or heritage language, but the parents do introducing those languages to their kids. And then this is the parents' opinion on maintaining the heritage or second language. 88% of parents believe that bilingual children will be better in school than monolingual children. They believe so. They also think that bilingualism will open up the career opportunity to their children. So they think it is very important to be bilingual for the children. Other members have important role to develop children's bilingual competence. 85%, like grandmother, grandfather, brothers, and also aunt and aunties. Nearly half of the parents believe that heritage or second language should only be taught in home, so they don't really. So half of them do not really trust the language instructor or language schools to maintain the heritage or second language. And these are several informations regarding with the interviewee. Learning second language as an asset to learn from and to everywhere. Actually, the interviewee said to me that it is very important to learn second language so that if they want to continue their study, they are ready in the in the case of the language they have to use there. My daughter learns English because English is very necessary to increase her future well-being. So yeah, parents do agree about second language. English as a second language is very important to enhance their future career. Actually, I cannot speak Japanese, though I understand what Japanese says. So I want my daughter to speak in Japanese together with me. So learning heritage language is not a must because the parents themselves do not really fluent. It's not really fluent in their heritage language, but they do want to learn about it together with their kids. And these are some discussions corresponding to the literature review that I already put in my literature review. The first one is grandparents play important role to introduce the heritage language to the children, to the parents' children, corresponding to the theory from Gharizi and Bakudeno Lopez. So grandparents take a very important role to introduce the heritage language to the kids. Next, from Pillar, most parents believe that learning second language or foreign language is very necessary to enhance their kids' life. In Pillar, it is said that being bilingual is very important to enhance their life society. But in here, to enhance their kids' life in future career, and academic records, and etc. Most parents do not have special regulation or agreement to maintaining the heritage or the second language. They only accompany the kids to learn with them. This corresponds with Polski 2014. Is what is it? It is said that during the three characteristic of the FLP, language belief has become the main focus instead of language practices or language management. Okay, now to end my presentation, let me go with the conclusion. According to the parents, being bilingual is beneficial for the kids, particularly to help getting the better future. They believe so. Most parents also agree that maintaining the heritage language or second language is very important. However, they don't want to insist the children to learn the languages, since the environment does not really support the kids to master the languages. The parents do not really trust the language school or language instructor to introduce the heritage language or second language. They choose themselves as the teacher for the kids to learn the heritage language or second language. I think that is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. My presentation. I am looking for the feedback from you, Ibu Christine. Thank you very much.